gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks. And it's a special one today. But before we get into it, I guess you could probably see from the title of today's video what we'll be speaking about today. It is our anniversary today. And of course, I got a special guest on set with me today. But before we introduce our guest, let's get over to my host, Mr. Jay Paris, who is with me all the time. What's happening, G?
What's happening, broski? Monday morning. It's a lit Monday. I know we're in for a fantastic week. Like you said, broski, it's a special Monday. And you're gonna obviously mention why it is special, but it's also the homie Eldrin Miller's birthday as well. You know, the homie that's come on, homie that's co-host
Big shout out to the homie.
A Wednesday, Mr. Miller time.
Miller time.
Happy birthday! We pray nothing but success upon his life.
100%.
Strength to strength, victory to victory, glory to glory, and yeah. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. Monday morning, let's get it, bro.
Big facts, big facts. So check it out. And of course, with me this morning in studio is my wife for 7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Anka Hendricks.
So you're 7 years today, right, bro?
7 years today, to the day.
Offset, I was
19 April.
Y'all got to start with the kids, bro. Yo.
Hi, everybody.
Yo, let's get it in. Let's get it in. 7 years. Let's go.
You timed that one, didn't you?
Come on.
Jay's like, I've never seen you guys
Yo,
kiss.
bro, I'm Jay Paris, bro, so I was expecting something from France.
Nah, bro.
We're keeping it PG out here.
Just trying to keep it, a little bit just light for the youngins out there.
Nah, but congrats, broski. 7 years is a major milestone, and I know that it's nowhere but up from here. God has kept you, and I know that you're a big blessing to all the, not just young couples out there, not just young people that's in marriage, but to the older folk as well. And I know that you will continue being a blessing unto us.
100, bro. Thank you so much. And then, of course, we also have none other than our host from the Wednesday warm-up, Lee B.
Hey, it's a Monday morning.
Yes, it is.
In Johannesburg, South Africa. For our international people, it's morning. Hello.
Morning time.
Happy anniversary, you twos.
It's my
You
anniversary.
twos. Ooh,
Come on.
love is in the air.
Our whole entire 7 years.
7 years. 7 is a good number, is that not so?
It is.
Yep, it is.
Does it feel good
Indeed, it does.
in the 7th
Indeed,
year
it
of
does.
marriage?
Feels like it's coming to the start, to the end of one season, but to the start of a new
Wow,
season.
I love that. I love that.
Yo, Lee, it's such a colorful Monday morning, but we all like rocking black and white.
And
I
I-
don't
Yes,
know what's,
it's wedding colors.
It's
Oh,
wedding colors, bro. It's like
Wedding
sea
colours.
Come on,
That's
come
the
on.
vibe.
Come
So
on.
it's nostalgia. We're taking it back. Although
taking
this
it
was
back.
not their color, but I mean, the bride wears the tuxedo. You are perfect, white and black.
Bless up.
Plus,
I'm
bro,
wearing-
you know I found that picture of you, right?
Keep it.
It's
Keep it in the
I've
archive.
got everything set up right here to show you
Keep it
guys
in the
some
archive.
pictures. To show you guys some pictures. But to start off the show, what did you want to
Broski,
say?
you made us travel across the world, bro.
100%,
We
that's
did
true.
not. We did
You-
not. We just felt.
No, that's true.
We really just felt that you guys can just go the extra mile.
And then when you think you've arrived, you still gotta catch those vibes to
Still
the
gotta catch
actual
those
place.
vibes.
It was worth it. Was
Nah,
it
it
not?
was worth it.
Thank
So
you.
let me
was
show you
worth
guys. Let me show you guys. This is what the vibe was. Today we're gonna speak. Today we're gonna
The
speak.
youngins.
The youngins. Today we're gonna speak about our 7 lessons we've learned over these 7 years. But this is where it all started, right? So the day before the wedding, we actually went to a place called Strays By.
Hey,
And
this
so
is a family
he
channel.
said he hasn't seen us kiss, and so there this video has I think over 1,000 views on YouTube as we speak. So yeah, man.
Come on.
Jay saying he wants Paris. I'll just fast forward that piece.
Come on.
So this was the guys getting dressed. Clayt was also there. Clayt's behind the camera. Jesse's in studio there. He was there as well. We were all in this room. The gents were busy getting dressed the day before.
Vintage vibes.
There's
Parks out
yeah,
there.
the whole vibe was vintage with the Chris Banda and the hats and all
Bow
that
tie.
stuff. The bow tie with the, what do you call the Chris Banda? Crossbands. The crossbands. The hot crossbands.
Wow.
The suspenders. And then, yeah, the gents, there's a Clayt standing in the back. And,
What made you
Jay
choose
out.
this vibe though, bro?
Anka wanted that vintage vibe, that classic.
Explain what made you choose this vibe.
No,
so,
in a dope way. Like,
so we had the
I see the
classic-
vibe and stuff. It's not your
As the bride of the day, I had dreams from being a little
So
girl.
she wanted to do the vineyard with the wine cellar and the whole vibe. So that's Anka and the mom, obviously. And then this is a dope, the moment.
Come on.
So
And
had
then
the
Xavier
vintage-
was crying.
Yeah,
and
I
all.
didn't cry, bro. I don't remember. I don't think so.
No,
So
we
we
didn't.
so we had this vintage car though. It's called a Plymouth, I think it is.
Yeah.
And this was the day we walked like down the actual aisle. G.
What was your wedding song
Don't
coming
even
down
start that
here?
conversation. Don't start that
What was
conversation.
the wedding song coming down the aisle?
That was
Till
actually
this day,
an
I'm
argument.
still upset because
Clearly wasn't Anka's choice.
Facts.
he just decided to pick a song
Probably played Bieber.
that everyone
No, bro,
picked
we
at that time. It was that 1,000 that
We up all night to get lucky.
That was a reception song. That
That
was a
was a
reception song. I was telling Clayt, bruh, sla and number fan up all night to get lucky.
Can see was
This was the next
factory
day.
peak.
This was the next day at the, what do you call this? The honeymoon, not the next day, 2 days later. And we went snorkeling and this was in Thailand. And we did a whole bunch of,
we were arguing.
we were actually, this moment we were busy having an argument there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, yeah. we'll
Can
never
you
forget
see,
this.
folks? This is just another reminder that which you see online is not
It's not
reality.
all it's cut out.
Because it looks so beautiful, Makanti.
Can't we were
The
busy
couple
fighting.
were fighting.
We there in
Don't
Thailand
do
and
that.
Leko on the boat. Meantime, we're busy arguing there. So obviously, this is fast forward to our dates and those vibes there. There's a song playing on this video, but of course, I don't want to copyright strike, so I muted the song. This is in Thailand also. This was the last day of Thailand where we decided we're going on a. Well, I decided I'm renting a scooter. And we're just gonna go vibe out, check the place.
I was
This
not
was-
happy with that scooter.
This was when this was our second kid actually with Taya,
Come on.
and then we had the whole vibe going there with Taya.
There's a picture of Taya.
The
There is a
sauna.
picture.
The sauna. This doctor, by the way, this
Oh,
has
look how cute
Come
is
on.
Amy.
that was Ava on the first day of school, and so yeah, man, I just put together a little bit of a montage.
Famo first.
Yeah, that was
So
Famo first.
cute.
That was our first music video, actually.
That was the
Come on.
first and only music video.
Oh.
This is Famo first. I just chopped it up a little bit just to show the family vibes.
And here
Who
we
calling?
are,
Just tell her we on the show.
7 years
Ah, no,
later.
it's fine. So yeah, here we are 7 years later, and today we are going to share our 7 lessons that we've learned. It's an interesting one. We're gonna play some games. We're gonna share some lessons learned, some stuff that we had to go through, and yeah, answer. Tell her we on the show, and
She wants to wish you.
she probably wants to
Mom-
wish.
Mom is
That's my mom.
calling.
My mom. Mom, we on the show.
Ons oma. Ons bel nou terug.
You can watch
Thank you,
online.
Ma.
You can
Yeah,
watch us
Ma.
online.
She just wanted to wish
she
us
just wanted to
happy
wish.
anniversary.
Oh.
Yeah. So 7 lessons we've learned. I've sent it to Jay. I've sent it to Libby. I don't know. A lot of times we got these myths about marriage, and the way that the world actually portrays marriage is to say that marriage is like a negative thing. I don't know. Do you have some stats there, Libby?
Yeah, I do have. But
Before we
it's
jump into 7 lessons we've learned. over
yeah,
time.
these are the most recent stats from Stats SA. So it's in the year 2019. That was when it's stats on marriages and divorce 2019. So this is what they say. I'm gonna start off with the the common marriage age at the moment. So it says here, single ladies, this is for the single ladies, although we are talking about marriage, but they say single ladies, like myself. If you are wondering why your man still hasn't proposed, well, that's because he's probably waiting for the age of 37. So according to a report,
You're
37.
37.
Yes.
Homie,
I
bro.
said it's getting older.
According to a report released by Statistics South Africa Marriages and Divorce in 2019, the median age of bridegrooms increased from 36 years old in 2015 to 37 in 2019. And for brides, it increased from 31 years to 33 years in that same period.
Oh wow.
Right, so they were saying that just a few of the things, men tend to marry younger women. That's more common, but there is quite a big number now of younger men marrying older women. So there's that. But then it says here also another interesting thing is when it comes to those who were previously married, the report shows that the median age for the male divorcee ranged between 55 years in 2015 to 57 years in 2019. So it's still a bit older, the divorce rates. Although we've seen quite a lot of younger divorces, but that age is still basically where it is. I'm not too sure, is that middle age? I don't know what it is. The median age of female divorces ranged between 48 years in 2015 to 50 years in 2019. So that number's also getting higher. And there are 7-year age differences in the median ages between male and female divorcees who married in 2019. That's what we've got so far on that.
So that's those stats for the divorce. But today we're not going to speak about divorcing. We're gonna try and avoid the divorce and actually see some of the reasons people get divorced actually. And after our in our 7 years of marriage, I tell you to begin the 7 points. Number one is our first year in marriage. We realized that that people give up too quickly, right? People quit like early because they kind of. It's the first year or two, and so they have to adjust to a different way of living. They have to adjust to, there's different. You're now living with this person. You are now in a different environment now, because remember, so let's say you were at your parents' place the whole time. You have your own room, you have your own space, you have your own stuff. And then now you kind of have to adapt to living with somebody, right? And so I always say this, and Anka and I always say this.
What's the smile about?
That dating is very different to marriage, right? Because dating, it's butterflies, you're excited, you see each other, you dress up, you perfume, you do your thing because you're gonna pick up your girlfriend because you're going now to a mall or to a movie.
I feel like the hormones override the actual truth of reality in your head.
It does, yeah, it does.
Like you don't think straight. When they say love is blind, I think that's what they mean.
It does, because what happens is
Glasses.
your hormones are all over the place. You're
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Also, you're younger, and then you get that. I saw a meme the other day where I think Clay, did you post that meme where it's two people in bed until like 2 a.m. or something, where you when you text, when you're in love and you're texting until in the morning, and then that's what it says. Exactly, and then it says, so where's this person that you were talking to till 3 o'clock in the morning? you should have. You should have just slept.
What a waste of my sleep.
What a waste of your 3 hours up until 3 o'clock in the morning. And because that time you're excited, you bar and you still, your hormones are all over the place. And that's what happens. So when you go fetch your girlfriend, you make sure you sprayed, you cut your hair, you did your thing and this and that. Because you're like going to your auntie's party, or you're going to a wedding, or you're going to a mall, or you're going to watch a movie. So you're always trying to put your best foot forward. I think there's something that changes in your mind where you now know that I'm now married. This person can't go anywhere. So now I can just let him and because like you're here now, bruh, so you're not going anywhere anytime soon. So then you start dropping, and then some ladies also, they start feeling like I don't have to put my makeup on now, I don't have to do my hair, someone else like this will coast. And then when those kind of familiarities start settling in, you start like,
Facts.
man, but when we were dating, you would have never done this in front of me.
Why are you
Love
only
me for who I am. Love me.
But my problem here is, why are you only mentioning
Come
the
on.
swirl coats? Why are you not mentioning your long johns? and
Exactly.
those things?
I just
Exactly.
mentioned now the guys. There's so much
Exactly.
Latin.
No,
in
no,
front
thank
of
you,
me.
Anka, thank you.
Like, there's two sides. There's two sides to the story.
You're not as
Like to like
you're not as muscular as I thought you were.
Yeah, then then the love sack falls out.
It's like, what happened to the abs, bro?
The beanbag, then the beanbag falls out. It's like, yo, baby, you know, must. Actually, they did a test the other day, and they found out that majority of the women, I think over 80%, like the dad bod. Actually, they were speaking about it on. Yeah, they were speaking about it
If
on
that's
radio.
the case for the new generation, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no.
I'm old school.
Me
Like,
too. I'm
Take me
old
back.
school. I'm old
Facts,
school.
bro. They like the dad, but they call it what's that actor that the Vince Vaughn bod?
No, thanks.
No,
I'm
Vince
good.
Vaughn. He looks like a real
Facts.
typical father.
I'll rather take the Idris Elba bod if we're talking about older men.
That's a belief.
So that's what
But
happens.
I think in general, bro, like where we at now, people accept. Remember back in the day, abs and stuff was a thing.
I think it's still a thing.
It is still a thing. I'm not condoning or saying, yo,
us
don't
not
don't
have
go
the drawer
work out and so
syndrome
forth. Go and do that. But I'm just saying, as time revolved, like people are accepting.
I think it's the body positivity movement.
Yeah,
You know, it's that
exactly.
now where people are
good,
like,
I'm good with the body positivity
my
movement,
beanbag.
but let that not be like the excuse to just let
Exactly.
yourself go. You know,
Exactly.
you know, it's
No,
not
true.
because I won't be having that in my marriage.
I'm thinking of something I watched the other guy. It's like,
But
he
abs-
looks like a sack of milk. Remember when you used to buy the milk in
I
the
remember.
in the packet? It's like, yo, his belly looks like a sack of
and those were the most inconvenient milk because they just spilled everywhere. Like there was a way that you need
we
to
still
pour
buy
it.
that milk.
I know, but it's still uncomfortable to use it.
It is.
Then you must put it in a jug.
Yeah.
You must close it at the pig. So they say, the dad bought the sack of milk bought.
But yeah, bro, like I'm saying, bro, before we hop onto that, bro, it's like even when it comes to stretch marks and things, bro, where women think it's not vibey, but that is amazing.
That is a woman's tiger.
No, I'm just saying it's like it's authentic. It's
her tiger marks out here.
Okay.
We be owning it.
It's authentic,
And
bro.
and,
it's
and,
a
and I
thing.
think,
It's
and
a
I think,
thing.
bro, remember when we were coming up, it was like the ladies felt the need to lose weight and to look like models and things. And the gents were like, I like the curves.
I think that's a big one. I think a lot of women don't realize that men actually like curves. A lot
Men
of women
like the natural body.
diamonds.
No.
Curves and
Let
stretch
me
marks, bro.
tell
It's
you.
like-
Let me tell you. Women do realize that men like the curves. That's why more women want the curves now.
But I think
So they
there's
do
still a-
realize it.
They do realize,
Yeah.
but there's still a vast majority. I think they still compare themselves to other women.
But remember, there was a
and they
time
don't- they
if
don't-
people were doing the thing where you had to lose weight. What's the thing where you make yourself throw up? And
Yeah.
all
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
Anorexia.
people were doing that,
That was a
anorexia
thing.
and whatever, because they were trying to fit into this image that popular
hourglass
culture was
body.
like saying that everyone must be skinny and whatever, models and all this. And then gents afterwards are like,
actually-
I don't want no bumps,
Big fact.
Yeah.
I want something at least to look at you. And so again, point number one is that people quit too quickly, like in that first year, because now I was using Colgate, you were using Aquafresh,
But
and then now we're fighting about
I
toothpaste.
think you fight a lot more than that. I mean, I'll be the first to say, and I always say this, that our first year of marriage was, oh goodness, God really came through fast in that first year of marriage. Like, I called my mother, I said, Ma, you didn't tell me about these things. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Coming home.
Facts. Coming home.
And it could be tough because you have
Jay, we just spoke about us now.
It's not even married yet.
Not even marriage, you're already busy.
The
yeah.
audacity.
So there's so many things that you have to adjust to, and the first year is hard because you coming into a complete new culture, and I think a lot of people can't adapt to that culture. How this person does things, how this person eats.
sleeps. Now your legs
How
are
this person
across the
sleeps.
bed and all this.
Yeah.
And so it does become a thing, like what Anka's saying there. And then I think people start thinking, and this is not what I now thought I was going to get into. Because now that novelty of the colognes and we're going for a date and the what, it's gone now because now you're waking
Now
up
you're
next
stuck
to the
with morning
person. Bro.
breath.
What would you say are some of
eats
like
something
the
rotten.
majors though, bro? Other than what what are the majors other than like the toothpaste and so forth? Because I think, okay, I'm not mad and everything, but I think stuff like that you can.
That's true.
You can, bro.
Colgate
But
listeners
okay,
go for that.
what
But
are you
what
gonna say?
are some
I
of
think
the
one of the
really
major things is actually handling finances. That is a big challenge because but I do this and I bring this home, and a lot of people don't realize that you have to do this together.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, but I bought that, and then the other one says, yeah, but I do this, and it becomes a comparing kind of thing. So those are one of the things. And like, didn't you buy the electricity? Didn't you pay the house or the cars again? Like, no, but I was supposed to cover this. So
But
that
even
does
even
become a thing.
yeah, that is a thing, especially finance issues. But to answer Jay's question, also a big thing that really comes into play is you get irritated. You start annoying one another, and then stupid things become an argument. Like, because now you're irritated.
Literally
So
stupid
like
things.
stupid things like socks, your underpants,
Me and
your
Xavier went to counseling for picking up his socks.
for socks, underpants. You left your shoes in the lounge. You. Like, bruh, you start fighting about. No, Jesse's busy saying, yeah, bruh, I know those. You start fighting for nonsense, bruh. You left your toothpaste open. You left the light on. It's
Yeah.
like, now we're just fighting for rubbish.
Anka mentioned something very important, and I wanted to ask you guys this. She spoke about going for counseling, and she said we had to get counseling for that. And it seemed so insignificant, but I do believe that there's always an underlying issue, and that's the reason why you become irritated with these little things.
It's
like
not
picking
the
up your-
socks.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Not
tell
the
us the
toothpaste.
importance of counseling and marriage counseling, because there's a lot of modern couples who I know who don't
Who don't
believe
think counseling
that
is
it's important.
I'll tell you, I wish I had. There's a couple that's getting married soon, right? And we we have like one more session left, and then we're done with the counseling. And every session we have, they say the same thing. They're like, yo, bruh, I never realized how important this thing is.
Yeah.
And now I'm realizing, you know how many things we've ironed out. Because they were dating for a long time. They know each other well. And they thought everything was fine.
Yeah.
But then when we dealt with certain things in counseling, they realized, there's few things here that we actually need to iron out. It's fine, Jay. It's fine. Nah, it's fine. There's few things that we actually need to iron out here that we didn't even realize that we needed to sort out.
And those are the small foxes. They create bigger issues later on.
And every time they come to the session, they say, yo, bruh, after last week's session, we went home and we were speaking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we actually realized, hey, bruh, if we didn't deal with this thing now, it would have,
Yeah. Yeah.
caught up to us in our marriage. So counseling is, to answer the question, counseling is
Yes.
vital.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a very big advocate to counseling because
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we think we can sort out by ourselves, and it's trivial things, and the more you leave those things,
The more they
it
escalate.
escalates.
Yes.
And there's certain things you need mediators for. You need like
Okay.
somebody
an
to...
outsider's
Yes,
perspective.
just somebody to say, because bro, you will end up arguing about nonsense. Then somebody from the outside will say, okay, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Then after that session, you also realize, that was unnecessary.
But I think the fundamental thing there is a lot of people don't realize, or a lot of men and women don't realize that men speak a certain language and women speak a certain language. So we've been in counseling, and then our counselor, I would just tell him what's on my mind, how I feel, and he would say exactly the same thing, and then Xavier will understand it.
Because now
So
guys
it's a-
explain, and also
Yeah.
now what
Yeah.
starts happening is that ego kind of thing fits in, and it's one of our points where you feel like I'm the man here in the house, and I feel disrespected. So there's this book we got early in our marriage, Love and Respect. A woman wants to be respected, a woman wants to be loved, a man wants to be respected. And once you cross those boundaries and you make the guy feel disrespected in his house, then you're gonna get that attitude of, yeah, you don't respect me, don't speak to me like I'm a child.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you'll end up having those arguments.
Yeah.
And then if another gent tells you, bruh, but you know what? Maybe you should look at it this way. Then it's two gents talking. Then you're like, bruh, yeah, I didn't see it in that way. But when your wife tells you, it's like she wants to tell you nonsense. And then your guards go up like, don't tell me, man. And then you get that attitude of,
Yeah.
it now becomes a tit for tat kind of situation, which is one of our points. But I want to move over to, did you want to jump in
Yeah,
there?
just on the counseling point, broski. So I know marriage comes with its own, challenges and so forth on. How difficult do you think it is? Because I know with the two of you were obviously living in different, we nice? You were obviously living in different countries, broski. So there was a thing like, you can't be back and forth the whole time now, going to Namibia and coming back and so forth on. Let's make a decision. So I'm big on obviously the dating stage, the courting stage, and then engagement and that process of counseling. But for y'all, it kind of happened.
It had to happen
It
quick.
happened quick. It happened.
Other way around,
It
yeah.
happened. Yeah, it happened really quick. So would you say there's obviously like more challenges and so
I
forth
tell
on
you-
when
I-
you get to marriage, when you don't go through that entire?
I tell you what
process?
Not
happens.
for the faint of
I
heart.
tell you what happens also, because the two of us, like you said, Anka was in Namibia, I was in South Africa. Because and that's a story for now, how we met. But because we were also getting to an age where we were a little bit older. We were also both coming from relationships where we've been through, different things
Yeah.
in our past relationships. So after you've been through a number of things in past relationships, not necessarily negative things, but where you kind of get to a place in your maturity where you realize that, you know what, I know now what I'm looking for, man. I know what I want. I know the kind of person I'm looking for, so I'll make an example. In my previous 2 relationships that I was in before I got married, I knew where my faults were, and I knew what I wanted to see in the other person. So I knew more or less where I was going wrong, where they might have been lacking for, in my point of view.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with them. I'm saying maybe to me, it was like, I would have rather liked this than that, whatever. So I got to a place where I kind of knew more or less what I was looking for,
Yeah.
what vibe I was going for, the direction I was trying to take this thing in. So when I met Anka and I started looking at my boxes that I knew I needed to tick, and for me, like, being a virgin was a big thing. So when I knew, okay, she's a virgin, that ticked the box. Coming from a good home where both parents are actively involved in her life was a big thing for me. And then I knew that box had to be ticked. So I ticked that box. And then just different, like, simple things that my parents taught me. They said, look, when you're going out and looking for a partner, make sure these boxes are ticked, because these things will come and actually follow you into your marriage. The types of home they come from, the type of respect she has for her parents, blah, 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 because that's going to follow you into your marriage. So I had to make sure those boxes were ticked. And when I saw, okay, this person literally ticks those boxes, let alone the fact that I find her attractive and all of that, check that smile.
Come on now.
Ooh,
Come on
yeah,
now.
So
Come
then
on now.
then I knew more or less what I was
sir.
looking for. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So then I knew, okay, like 70% of what I was like the groundwork. It's like, for example, as a man, and this is a bad example, but I'm just making an example as to make a comparison. If I'm if I'm purchasing a vehicle and you do a background test and a background check, you check the sales history, the service history, how many owners did it have before, what was replaced, what was changed, blah, 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 blah. All those things where you...
How many owners?
No, but I'm just saying.
Has it been driven?
I'm just making an example to a car. I'm not saying that a lady is there.
You're not wrong.
I'm saying the decisions, the decision-making process. If you walk into a dealership and things are hanging off the car and this is
bro.
broken and they told you the engine was fixed 4 times, the chances that, this thing's
not
not
gonna
good. I'm
work
going to
out.
stuck on the highway the whole time with this car, and then I'm going to have to
to
put a
overwork.
wire here the whole time and walk around with a water 2-liter bottle and things. Then you
Same,
decide,
bro.
bro, I'm not going to...
I just like to say, likewise, ladies, the same thing goes to you and your decision-making process. That is also...
I like how you're balancing
No,
this
you
whole
have
thing
to,
out.
because and
Dope.
I just want to add this thing before you move on. I think also the fundamental thing for us was that this thing where you say you have to be equally yoked. I think that is very misunderstood. You need to understand what it means, because there's a lot in his life that I could have also thrown off. So I could be this perfect car, but am I the perfect car in the sense of he's going bundu bashing, but he wants a Merc now? Am I the perfect fit for that? And I think
Do you
it
want a
goes for
4x4 or do
or
you want a
so you have
sports
to
car?
look at
Facts.
that, because what happens is he's in ministry, and if I was the type of person, I'm going to be this moody, naggy person, why are you always out? Why are you always at church? Why are you always... I would have messed up ministry for him. Likewise, if he was this dominating figure in my life, I wouldn't have achieved or
Pursued your own
whatever I wanted
passions.
to pursue, my own passions. So I think it's important to
That
be
balance, yeah.
that balance, to be equally yoked.
All right, guys, we have to move on. That was
Yeah,
an
because
interesting
we
point.
still have a game to play here,
Yeah.
guys.
Let's
I'm going to
bro,
go to
let's
second point, create your own culture, right? Creating your own culture is important. And I think that obviously piggybacks off the first point. is that you come from your parents' house, I come from my parents' house. There by my house, we ate at, let's say, 7 o'clock or whatever. And the reason we ate at 7 o'clock is because my father was still coming from work
Yeah.
and my mother was still busy cooking or whatever the circumstances were
Yes.
that made us eat at 7 o'clock. Now, we find we have a different schedule or we have a different vibe or whatever. So we decide now we're going to eat at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and have a snack again later or whatever, you know.
Nah,
but
no,
now,
your guys' dinner is always
it's
early.
early, bro.
Same at my house.
Early.
And then,
Same at my
and
house.
then we decided, all right, we're gonna go with this vibe. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with this vibe.
Yeah.
I think that is so important because I think me and Xavier would have had major marital issues if he was the type of guy that wanted a cooked meal and 7 colors.
Yo,
You would have
yo,
just
yo, yo,
got
yo.
the short end. of the stick.
And so that culture.
Yeah. So does that, because I think that the big theme in creating your own culture is compromise. And I'm reading the comments here, and that is what your mother is saying, Xavier. And she says that, in marriage you have to compromise, right? To fit your own family and not bring your parents' lifestyle into yours. So that word compromise, what does it mean? Because I feel like many a times people take it out of context.
They think it means
And
you must submit and you must give up your dreams and stuff.
And I just wanna, because I follow this page on Instagram, right? It's called Feminine, not Feminist. And this woman is almost like an apologist when it comes to Christian marriage. And she says the world is pushing a certain narrative. And that's the reason why marriage is suffering. Because of this thing of submission, which you just mentioned now. And a lot of the times when we think about the empowerment of women, and I also had this misconception that the empowerment of women means that how can we submit? It's slavery. But that's not what the Bible intends with submission. Now, speaking about submission and compromise, how do you guys interpret that, and how did you marry that, excuse the pun, into your marriage?
So when two people become one,
Yeah.
you must understand you have a different vibe and she has a different vibe. It's you're two different people.
Fact.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's how it should be.
Yes.
It's okay because you don't want to be the same person. Then what's the point? Then you must marry yourself then and just stay single. But the whole point is you find kind of favor in diversity, or you find joy in diversity. You find there's a different person. Let's catch this different vibe because that's a different person, and the fact that the two of you became one means that you're gonna come with a certain vibe and she's gonna come with a certain vibe. And in order for this thing to work, you're going to have to find some sort of middle ground to say that okay, you have this vibe, I have this vibe. I don't like it when you do this, and you don't like it when I do this.
Yeah.
All right, let's find a way where
Yeah.
we can figure it out, where we can just move forward together.
I think for me personally, it is you have to appreciate each other's individuality, right? Each other's personalities, and you're not gonna like everything. You're not gonna enjoy everything. But you need to say that the reason why I fell in love with this person is because of A, B, and C. There was things that they were doing. There was parts of their personality that I enjoyed. But for us personally, what we do is that we discuss things. If there's something that doesn't gel with me, but how do you expect me to do this? But how do you just want me to do this? We would discuss it together. And then there's this, but my view is this, your view is that. And then we come to an agreement together. What is okay for you and what is okay? And if we don't agree, then we just don't
Then we
do it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
And then we find a compromise. So like she grew up with white sugar, white bread. I grew up with brown sugar, brown bread. Then I had to say, look, I'm not going to budge on the sugar.
I'm not going to budge on no bread.
Let's
Yeah,
shift
bro,
over.
white bread, bro.
Yeah.
White bread, brown sugar.
Let's shift over
Has
to the
to be.
brown sugar.
Okay.
Let's shift over to the
And guess
white
what?
bread.
We
And we figured it out that way. But that's
okay.
to answer the question of
Yeah.
compromise.
Yeah.
It's like, "Ish, okay, I don't really like this, but let me put my pride in my pocket and just go
Yes.
with it."
And no
Yes.
one was forced. What
Yeah.
I'm saying
just go
is
with
that,
it.
no one was forced to say, no, we are just doing brown sugar and brown bread in this house. There wasn't like
We had to come
that's
to
it.
a like, "Ish, okay, let's figure this out and see how we're going to move forward.
Yeah.
So that's to answer the compromise. You different people, you can't have it your way, only
Yeah.
how you want it. And she can't have it her way. So that's where you have to come and find a middle
Do you know
ground.
what the interesting fact is, though? That a lot of the times I want to do something. I've wanted to do something, and then I'll discuss it with Xavier. But I already know, like, he's kind of against it, and I'm like, yo, how do I approach this? And sometimes, and he'll just say no.
Yeah.
Then I'll like sort of sidestep it, and
Then it doesn't
believe
work.
you me,
It doesn't work.
it backfires. You know?
And I was about to mention that for me, obviously I'm speaking from a Christian perspective. I do believe that the way God created us was purposeful, right? And that's the reason why even the way he set up the structure of the home was purposeful, because it's in the manner in which he created it. For instance, the man is the head of the home underneath the submission of God himself, right? There's no middleman between those two. Shouldn't be a middleman between those two, or middle woman. Excuse me for those inclusivity. There shouldn't be a middle person between God and the husband, right? So there's God, there's the husband as the head of the home, there's the wife, and then there's the children.
Yeah.
I believe that it's set like that for a purpose, in the manner in which he created. Like Anka, you were saying that men have a different language to women. That in itself alone is an indication that the way we are physically and
together,
intrinsically
yeah.
made is for
It's
that
different,
purpose.
yeah.
And you mentioned something so profound, that when you sidestep your husband, you step outside of the covering. So obviously it's not going to work. And I think that when you compromise, it needs to be mutually beneficial. It's for the purpose of
moving the
benefiting
whole home forward,
whole
yeah.
home. So when even when your wife says something, because I've heard many couples, and I've seen this with my parents as well, where in business, when my dad wants to do something and my mother says to him, this is not going to work, because my mother's the prayer warrior. She's in her closet,
She
she's
can
praying.
feel that this
And
And
doesn't
she's
work.
like,
Wife.
this is not going to work. I don't like this person. And I feel like women have that intrinsic nature
Facts.
of identifying
first to own it.
not culture, character in people
Yeah.
around her husband, especially if her husband is like a prominent figure, whether they'd be in his business, whether they'd be in ministry. And she has an outside view.
And she says,
And she
that's
says,
one
listen, I don't agree with that. And I feel like that's how God made it. Purposefully. It was so purposefully made. And I feel like that's the reason why we need to stay. God is not trying to spoil your fun. And he's
We
not
always say that,
become
yeah.
a slave to your husband.
it's not that.
Because a woman has a leadership position in her home. She's the mother hen. She's the
Yeah.
leader over her children, and she's the protector of her husband.
That is it. We've got an innate need to protect our homes.
Yes.
So we'll
yes.
see what's happening here. What is he not seeing? Because he's looking at that.
Yeah.
We're looking at the rest.
Exactly.
And that has to complement one another.
Yes.
And that's when it works together nicely, which is actually one of the points, the order of God, which is point number 6 that we had, is the order of God. And if you step outside that order, is when you're going to, or if you mess up that order, or if you, what do you call something, contaminate that order by your wokeness, you are going to mess it up and wonder why the divorce rate is where it is, and wonder why children are walking around without their parents, and wonder why, or without a fatherless generation, or wonder why things are going the way they are, because not in all cases, but with this woke culture, majority of the whole narrative, like you said earlier, there's a narrative being pushed.
Yeah.
Is men are trash. Yeah, we don't need men. And then later on, when you're 28 and you're having issues and whatever, then the first thing you say to your therapist is, my father left me when I was 7 years old, or my father was never in my life. Bro. So as much as you're trying to rearrange God's order,
Yeah.
at somewhere, somehow, it's going to catch up to you,
Yeah.
and you're going to say, you know what?
I should have.
I should have just done this in the proper way, and which covers that point. And so that's number 3. Then basically we've shifted it up to number 3. So number 1, don't quote, create your own culture, and then understand the order of God. Communicate with understanding. I think I'm just going to touch on it and move to the
Yes,
next one.
yes.
Communicate with understanding is basically don't talk to answer and fight. To, like, if I'm unhappy with something and I address the issue, don't you then, because you know what, I actually done this because last week when I told you this and this and this, and you didn't pick up your things and you didn't this and this. So now you responding to argue.
Okay.
You're not responding to listen. So if I'm saying, baby, I'm a bit
understand.
worried about 1, 2, and 3. Sit there and say, okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let me try and see if it's reasonable, number 1, what you're saying. And if it is, if there's merit to what you're saying, let me consider it that maybe you're right.
I just think that the one important factor there is that both of you need to be open-minded and considerate towards the other person, because if you're not, and you need to make a conscious decision to do that, because it doesn't come naturally, and it's extremely difficult and it comes with practice. But be openly conscious to what the other person's feeling and what they are trying to say, and don't accuse the other person, but just express.
Can I give you a pro tip on this one? Let me move to the next one. Pro tip: acknowledge when you're wrong, apologize, and walk away.
Fact.
Because
not easy.
if you do
Nah,
that,
but I just don't understand why people
struggle with that.
struggle to say, yo,
You're not.
I'm sorry, apologies.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't see it that way. I always say, guys, if you struggle to apologize, just sometimes your partner will know if you laugh it off because they know that's actually his way of saying, yeah, yo, I didn't see that. Or make it into a joke and say, yo, hey, baby, I didn't realize, and then laugh it away. But what you're telling your partner is that, yeah, I'm actually.
bro, we always say this, bro. We always say this, and it's obviously you gotta be genuine about it, bro. But apologizing, bro, disarms.
It disarms the whole argument.
the whole thing, bro.
Yes,
So it's like,
yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
sorry.
That's it. Because now you can't fight anymore. Even if you fight, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I realize that I made nonsense and I
I
apologize.
feel like that scripture, forgive 70 times 7 times a day, is like for marriages especially.
It is
and
designed.
I think it's like a weapon, like Jay was saying, it disarms the argument.
Yeah.
And I also feel like it disarms the enemy, because
Yeah.
the Bible says that you mustn't give him a foothold. And I feel like arguments, oftentimes the devil comes in when there's discord in the home. Van julle is nou, yous are very upset with each other. Then you don't check what the children are doing. You don't see how this one's coming for you. There's an attack. There's always
attack,
it's
and you're
that's
leaving
just
the
the
door open.
smoke and
Yeah.
mirrors.
You're leaving the front door wide open for nonsense.
but
Plus
it's
the
obvi-
children
it's
are
obvious-
watching this also.
Facts. It's obviously apologizing, but still speaking it through, though.
Speak it through.
Not
You
just
must.
apologizing
That's the
and
thing.
Don't
under
sweep
I
it
was
under
about
the
to
carpet,
say
you're
that,
gonna
Jay.
stop,
Like,
yeah.
I was about to say, a lot of the times you just walk away from it. You're like, I don't have list to
Sorry.
deal with it. But then there's no true meaning. And you build resentment.
You do
Because
build
you
resentment.
speak
Because
and
they,
it's
and,
just
and
like-
also you can feel when someone's not genuine. You
Yeah.
can feel,
Yeah.
you know, just saying sorry because you don't want to fight. But you don't really mean the fact that I actually apologize. Okay, I'm going to jump over to the next one, which is a huge one. Ladies and gentlemen.
I think after apologizing, the
Yo, you trying to come on the mics, bro?
Nah.
should
I
also
can,
not
yeah.
do that. I told you so thing. You see that opens
Yeah.
the argument
Another
Again,
argument,
yeah.
Yeah.
I told you so.
Returning to that.
I
that
think
thing.
to jump onto what Clade's saying, for those of you who couldn't hear, is like when the one party now says sorry, then the other party, yeah, I told you. It's like
Just
you know
feels
that
it.
that is tit for tat also. That's like, yeah. But also what happens in that case is that I've learned this from my father. He says that when someone recognizes that they're wrong, then they know they were wrong. Then leave it.
Facts.
Like you saying, then don't say, yeah, but remember last time I told you mustn't go here, you mustn't do that. The fact that they are saying, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, means that they've thought about it and they actually realized, hey, you know what, this guy was right when he told me, or she was right when she told me. Which the next big one is stay in your lane. And this one is especially,
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Check that one.
This is a very, very, very big one.
this one is touchy because
Don't compete with other couples.
don't compete with other
I
couples.
don't think it's just other couples. I think it's competing in general. Like, because I'm married to him now, but now I want to paint this picture. We be spending holidays in Hawaii. We be driving BMs and Mercs and just wearing
Facts.
Pradas and Gucci's. But Kanti, the kids are hungry. The credit cards are maxed,
Yeah.
and we're living in a,
Facts.
you know, it really becomes a problem.
So there's this saying, keeping up with the Joneses, right? And so this is a big thing with Instagram also, with the advent of social media, that people are trying to keep my mother used to say, "Hou die blink aan bo." And she always says, "Bo blink onder stink."
Yeah.
It's like you look nice, but there's actually back at the ranch.
Preach.
It ain't that good. so this need to wanna uphold this image of Anka and I now posting that we went to Thailand for our honeymoon. Now you want to one up me and go to Bali now next year, where you don't have the budget, you don't have whatever, and now you put yourself in 30,000-40,000 rand debt, because that's what it costs to
Facts.
get yourself to a holiday
That
destination.
causes divorce.
And now y'all are fighting about the money, y'all are fighting about this and that. Y'all are on honeymoon there, on nicely on the lake and busy
Got
rowing,
nice
but y'all are
pictures for the
busy.
gram.
You are busy arguing there on that boat.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I told you now. How are we gonna now pay the house when we get back? Ish, when you see now 40,000, how long is it gonna take me to recover this? But why were you doing that? To try and keep an image, to try and keep up, because now we went to go visit by Leandra now and her husband, and now we come back, we drive in the car. Did you see they have a new microwave that does something it's voice activated and all of us? Now we go home, now next thing you know, I go buy a new microwave also.
Well,
With
where
money
did
I
you get
didn't
the
have.
money? Were the school fees paid? Where did you get the money?
And I'll never pay the child's school fees and us. And you know, we're making light of it, but it's a thing that happens for real.
Very true.
It's a thing that really happens. People try and keep this image, especially on Instagram, especially on Facebook or whichever social media platform, that it's all, sunshine and roses back at the ranch, but it's not.
Yeah. And what I was saying to Xavier last night is that when you look on Instagram or when you look on social media, you only see this frame of the picture. The pretty parts. You don't see what they moved out of the way. You don't
It's
see,
untidy
it's
around the
untidy.
picture.
You
You
don't
better
see
that
the
camera around, the things is
shadow.
standing on books and things.
You don't know.
Highlight reel.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how they place that ring light to just get that picture, right? So it's always important, stay in your lane, see what you can afford, and take a picture accordingly.
And you don't know where that people are in their walk.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
now you comparing, I live in this house, I drive this car. We married 7 years, but it took us 4 years
Yo.
to drive around with that broken black car.
Yo.
And then
We had people
stucking
swearing
under the highway here and trying to
Yes.
what. Now you seeing the car, now you seeing the house, you seeing where and this and that. Now you like, yeah, but Zakes and Anka this and that and that. Yeah, but it took us 7 years to get here. It didn't just happen. It took us
facts.
investments, it took us mistakes, it took us like there's things that happened in the process.
But most importantly, it took us making decisions together.
Yeah.
Like, we had to agree on certain decisions. Yes, the first couple of years we didn't agree on certain things, and that's why it took us so much longer to get to where we are now. Now it's like
Yeah.
you're in sync. You know what the other one wants, and you know, I'm going to
That's
burn.
not gonna work, yeah.
If I don't do it that way.
Just on what you said, Anka, because Xavier was saying that don't compete with other couples, but then you mentioned just don't compete in general, because I feel like competing starts introducing comparison.
Yes.
And I feel like, because a lot of the times I honestly don't, maybe it's the accounts that I follow, but I don't often see, which is quite alarming to me, couples post together anymore. It's about the individual.
Yes.
Even married couples, it's about the individual, it's about you, it's about me, it's about just not the us is out of the picture. So what happens after a while is you, like Anka was saying, it's not necessarily, oh, that couple went here. It's now a matter of, oh, that girl's got this, that, and the
Yes.
other, and I should have stayed single, or I should have done this.
Or why aren't you providing?
Or you start comparing her spouse to your spouse.
See, that's dangerous.
And that's when
That's
the
dangerous.
infidelity starts
That's
coming
dangerous,
in,
yeah.
because
That is
you're
why.
not staying in your lane.
Or you comparing, like sometimes this happens to ladies, can happen to guys also. You're the boss wherever you're working is influential,
Yes.
comes in there looking good and whatever, and now you go home and your
gotta feel,
husband
yeah.
is now sitting on the couch there, busy pooping,
And in the
and then you coming home like, you see now,
Yeah.
see now.
But he's trying to hustle. Maybe he's just holding
Yeah.
it on his laptop, but he's trying to hustle
Yes.
so that you can have this thing that you need.
Facts. But then again, what's that thing, bro? The
30-60, or what's it?
The 2080.
The 2080, yeah.
You're really stuck with 20% if you walk away. Huh?
And then it's basically like that
Yeah.
movie of Tyler Perry, I think it's Temptation.
Temptation.
Where she falls in love with the boss, she
Or
travels on his private jet and everything. Then the other my husband at home that was hustling, he ends up making it out of his struggle.
Yeah.
And he ends up, doing something good with his life. And then the boss, ends up being absolute poop work.
Wow.
Douche. So tit for tat, right? I think this is going to be our last one.
Okay.
Then we can jump over to the game and call it a day. But tit for tat is also another thing where you try and spite one another. Where it's like, you did this, so I'm going to show you I do this. And we, in our first year of marriage,
Sure.
we were mature enough to know this is childish, bro.
Yeah.
We knew like, man,
I'm not gonna make you tea because you made.
this is now childish behavior,
I'm
like
gonna
we
cook
bloody
for you
high school, yeah.
because-
Make
Oh.
it to bed.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because you did this, now I'm not gonna do this. You did this, and so I'm gonna show you. And even to the point where the people can be denied, you know, the thing later on in the night.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
It's like, now you see, you this and this. I asked you to so and so. Now,
will
swole
show
coast, 90 down.
Straps,
Whatever gown.
she
Wives
straps
is
it
a
up.
powerful.
Getting
She
nothing now.
straps it up.
Because I told you to this and that. Like a guy like that Tyler Perry movie where the guy comes home from working. He still come home with flowers and things.
Yeah.
She says swole coast, mask on her face. She say gown. She say turn around. How? And then and that tit for tat is childish behavior.
I'll never forget my father when we first got decided to get married and all of that. His words to me was, and it was in Afrikaans, however, and he said to me that don't let it ever come to a point that when he picks up the broom, you put the broom down. Meaning to say that don't do something because he did something, because what happens is it creates a new culture of discourse.
That's the thing.
Because
Yeah.
later
It
on,
starts
you
a whole
toxic.
new
It's
culture, yeah.
toxic. You don't even know why you guys argued or why you guys stopped doing certain things.
But it
because
started there.
It started with
And
something
it's
so simple.
counterproductive.
It is
Aren't you guys
counterproductive.
working towards something?
Now, which
You're
exactly-
literally shooting your partner. It's like
Exactly.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and it's not this fairy tale fiction like they make it out to be. You guys are literally killing
Shooting each other, which exactly is the thing, and which brings
Nobody
us to,
wins.
Which brings us to our last point, and then we can do the game. We on the battlefield here, ne? So we on the same team now, yeah. There's the enemy coming. With whatever it is that is coming,
Yes,
what
yes.
is what is
Problems.
what you know, jealousy, envy, hatred, other people trying to mess in our marriage, discord,
Yeah.
whatever it is. These foxes are coming, everything. Now we here behind the battle line, we shooting each other. Papa, yeah, I told you to kaka. It's like the enemy is like away. He comes in over the battle line, destroys our marriage.
Like, I'll base you, I'll shoot
Yeah.
you
And
in
then-
the foot. You won't be able to run. Who's gonna carry you?
And then we like,
It's like, but guys.
and we realized that in our first year after fighting, we looked at each other to say, hey, but look, are we not on the same
Same
team?
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Facts.
when that water and lights bill come, it's not going to be paid by us arguing. We need to figure out a way to sort this thing
yeah.
out.
Exactly.
You know, it's just
So
the
now
way
the
the
bill
situation
comes,
was.
the money is finished, the bill is, let's say, 4,000 rand or whatever. There's no money. Okay, there's no money. So what now?
Yeah, but you.
Now we fighting. I told you the other day because you wanted to buy that shoes. Yeah, but you because the other day you done this and this and this. That's why now we can't pay the bill. That's why this and this and this and this and this. And then it's like, all right, the bill is still on the table. G.
It's still not
Still
paid.
there.
The bill is still on the
Money's
table.
still not there.
Still there.
The money is still not there. So what the heck are we doing? What's the point here? Where we going with this? Instead of saying,
facts.
all right, here's the bill. We clearly
we sort
don't have
this out?
enough.
How
What
can
can
we
we do
sort
to
this
fix this situation? Yeah.
Broski, before we get to the game, bro, I don't know, are we almost done there with the points, bro?
Yeah,
I think
okay.
we
Yeah.
are done. So don't quit. Create your own culture. Communicate with understanding. Stay in your lane. Don't tit for tat. Understand God's order and remember that we're on the same team. We literally
Facts.
covered all 7. Yeah.
So obviously in marriage and so forth on, bro, I do understand that there are, major challenges and trials and so forth on. Speak to us a bit about the good times though. Like, what's the? I mean,
I'm a huge advocate for marriage.
it can't just be
No, it's not just.
challenges and
No.
and but the thing, many a times outside of the IG highlight reels and so forth on, many a times people do when the marriage topic comes up, the first thing is, it's not how you thought it was going to be and so forth on. And sometimes it is
Discouraging.
discouraged. Like, damn, I ain't trying to get into something where I need to now. It's an uphill battle
but I
and
think
so forth on. But yeah.
I think if you deal with some of those challenges, it makes it easier. It makes you see why you got into this, because we always say that it's important for us, for me or for him, to make the house a home. It should be a safe haven. It should be like, yo, I'm going home to my wife. I'm going to see
Exactly.
my wife. I'm going home. That's how it should be. So it's up to you
Yeah.
as an individual to say, how can I make my marriage better? What mindset can I implement today so that we don't have to fight about things that irritate us. And why does it irritate us? You know,
Yeah.
you need to work progressively towards that, because I love going home to my husband and my kids. Like, yo, I've left work, I've left the city, yo, I can't wait to get home. Rainy days, do we have to leave?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, bro.
Facts.
Also to jump on to what Anka's saying, is that have a vision for yourself and your home. Because what that does is when you start achieving those goals,
Yeah.
it's like a dope thing. Like we
Yeah.
saying, okay, right, let's say you earning like 5,000, I'm earning 5,000, we have a 10,000. All right, we want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, but the bills is coming out to 8,000. We have 2,000 left to do so and so and so. All right, let's say by the end of this year, we're going to do this, and then
Yeah.
we're going to buy this thing. Yeah, okay. So we're going to save 1,000 rand every month. Then you save 1,000 rand every month. Okay, end of the year, we're going to go. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to go on holiday. And then when
Take our
you...
pictures for the gram.
Yeah. No, not just for pictures for the gram. But now when the two of you kind of achieved something together, man. It's like to say, yeah, yo, look, how much do you have now? Nah, we started saving in January. We have like a whole 20,000 rand. That's cool. Let's go down to Cape Town. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then it's like those moments of like, we achieved, man. We did something together. And we now going on a holiday, or we gonna now do something nice, or we're gonna buy this new car, or we're gonna go and move into a new house, or we're going to do something. And that feeling of accomplishing it together is rewarding. It's like, oh, we did something neat, and we're gonna now enjoy the benefits of this thing.
I want to ask something, bro.
Okay. I'm just getting into the game here.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the game as soon as Jay's done. Because
I want to ask, bro, how important is sex, bro?
how important is sex? I think
And
sex is.
what does sex do in
Okay.
terms of challenges and so forth and all of that? And
I think number one, what the first thing that sex does is it consummates, right? And so it makes the two one. And so sex is so much more spiritual than
Physical.
lust. There's a difference between consummating and lust. Lust is you just sleep with whatever you find that you find attractive, and then boom, you go and have sex. But or whoever you find attractive. Either way, some people are out here doing some weird things, and that's just lust. So now the question then becomes, so what was the actual meaning of this whole situation? The whole thing was to consummate a marriage, for the two to become one, for you to enjoy one another in that setting and in that space and in that scene. And when that consummates and when you become one, it just brings you closer together as far as sex is concerned. Brings it closer together. Then also, later on, the two of you can decide, it can be element of fun also. Where you decide, okay, we're going to try something different, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. And then you make it also fun for yourself.
I
So
just,
it's
I just wanted
important.
to add just quickly, and then it'll be out. The movie Temptation of Tyler Perry, right? There's this pivotal scene there where he approaches her and he says to her, you know, how do you know anything better, you know, other than your husband? There's there's an important part to that, and I feel wholly that God had designed it like that you shouldn't be comparing. So having multiple partners creates issues. Marriage already is hard as it is. Now imagine bringing all of that baggage in. So it's important to just keep yourself for your husband, because then you guys get to go this journey, learn and grow into one another, you know, as time goes. And it's like fine wine.
And you
Gets
start
better with
enjoying
time.
each other.
facts.
Because now you know what each other wants. Okay, let's do the game, guys, because of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the game, right? I'm not too sure if there is a shot on me, but okay. The game is
it's open.
basically we're gonna have this
Pin the
French
donkey.
man over here. Yeah, it's pin
The tail on the moustache.
the
on
moustache, okay, and it's Paris, the city of love. So we decided on a French man over there. Sometimes they play this at bridal showers where they pin the veil onto the bride. But you guys are already married, so it's maybe I'm prophesying here. You guys are going to Paris, you know. So
Receive it.
so what you're gonna do is and the reason why we're gonna do this game is because of we're gonna touch on that point that you guys mentioned, communication, right?
Okay.
So what's gonna happen is Xavier will be blindfolded, and then Anka has to direct him to where he must. So she's gonna say move up, move left, move right, and then she's gonna say pin. But here's the trick: you guys only have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, baby. 2
Okay.
minutes is long.
2 minutes is long.
They love
Must
that.
I turn around or something?
Yeah.
Must I direct
Must
him
I
as
like
to-
spin a few times?
Yes.
Okay.
Must I direct him where everything is,
One.
even the
No, you must sit there, darling.
Oh, okay.
So Anka must sit. She's not allowed to help him. She must just use her words. Okay.
Okay, but I can't see what I'm looking at. Okay.
Okay. Come
All
here.
right.
Right. So I'm just gonna spin and then I'm gonna start the 2 minutes.
Okay.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Okay.
7, 4,
No, you're making me drum.
5, 6, 7. Okay.
Almost 7
And
jaar getrouwd is.
go.
Okay, to your left side, yes. Right, little right. Right where you are, just move right. Yes, little bit more. And then up. Little bit up. Perfect. Just twist it a little bit. Down. To your left side, right side down.
Right side down.
Right hand down. Yes. Little bit. Yeah. No.
What?
Keep it in position, but then.
Flip it around.
Yes.
The guy's face is upside down.
I can't see. Yes, more. And then take it a little bit down. More, little bit. Yeah, done.
Okay. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Hey!
I think that's a perfect pin.
What do you think?
That's perfect.
I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough.
That's good enough.
Okay, let's see if Anka can listen to her husband. So take that off. Put your mask on, Anka.
Listen to me nicely now.
Okay, we're gonna spin 7 times.
Remember, you must make subtle moves. Don't.
I feel like we should have started that side there and walk like that.
Okay, let's see.
Right, I'm gonna spin.
Let's see if Anka can get this done, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. 1, 2,
Two,
3, 4, 5,
Six,
6,
and
7,
seven.
and go.
Okay, Anka, the board is all the way to your right. Keep going to the right. Yes, okay, there's the board. Go more. Okay, right. Now stop. Okay. Now move your right hand to your left. In the same line. More. Stop. Go up. Stop. Go up. No, not so high. Come down. Okay. Now pin it there. No, come down. Not so much. Come down subtly. Come to the left subtle. Stop. Pin, but don't stop yet. Pin. You're gonna just adjust it still. Okay. Now come down a bit. Pull it a bit down. Pull it a bit to your left. Keep going. And stop. Yeah.
How was that?
That was easy.
I think 2 minutes was definitely too long. Your
Much.
guys' communication.
You should have given me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, your
Communication is dope.
is key. That was a nice pin. That one was very nice.
Yeah.
The French man is happy. He's got his
He's
moustache.
got his moustache.
Okay, cool. So we've got. I'm gonna give us 2 more minutes for the next game. So you
Okay.
guys must put your
Blindfold.
blindfolds on again.
Alright, this is gonna be cool.
So, right, this is almost like a who did what first. So at weddings, it's a new thing now where they play the funny shoe game, questions to ask couples.
Let's do it. Where's my mic?
So what you guys are gonna do is you played this already on your vlog. So go check out the Hendricks family on YouTube as well. They also had this game, but this is different questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you guys questions, but it's fast, right? And you must point to the person who the answer's most appropriate to. So if it's you raise your hand, or if it's the other person, you point to that person. Okay, are we ready?
Ready.
Right, adorable and fun questions. Let's go. First one, who is better at planning surprises? Okay. Who shops more? Sure. Who farts more?
That's nasty.
Okay. Who is most likely to want? Who wanted kids first?
Anka's
Okay.
doing that now.
Okay. Who is a better bathroom singer?
Bathroom singer.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't sing in the bathroom.
None of the above.
Oh, you guys
No
don't.
options there.
Okay. Okay. If it's not applicable, then cross your arms in front of you like Wakanda. Yeah. Okay. Who made the first move? Who cooks better 2-minute noodles? Cho, cho, cho.
I think she's.
Who is
she does, but,
who is always ready to splurge money on food?
probably.
Okay. Who was the first to fall in love, would you say? Mm. Who never
know-
forgets?
I know what Anka's doing.
This one is appropriate for today. Who never forgets anniversary dates? Okay.
Nice. That's dope.
Who always leaves the dishes on the table after eating?
That's definitely
That's a
definitely
difference.
it.
Who is better at managing finances?
That's a definite answer.
Who takes more time to get ready for outings?
Of course. Yeah.
She's saying it's me, ne?
Who wakes up earlier?
Has to
That's an
be.
easy one.
Who loves kids more? Kids in general.
Why are you laughing?
Who is the better driver? Who who never forgets to take along their phone to the bathroom?
Yo.
Yo.
Who says sorry first? Important couples.
That's so
That's
easy.
it.
Who cries more when they watch a sad movie?
He's a preacher.
I chunk, bro.
Who doesn't? Who's the worst at organizing the wardrobe?
Ay.
Sakes, yo.
There's untidiness going on.
Who has a cuter smile?
Yeah, you know.
Come on.
It's that gap vibe, you know.
Come on.
Who needs more TLC?
She's gonna say it's me, but I'm
Who
sick-
is
but I'm sick
who
of
is
it.
bad with directions?
Hey, she's gonna say me, I know.
He is like
He even
really
says,
bad.
I
have
must
to
come
tell
from
him.
another country to tell you which way to turn.
This one. Who skips bathing the most? What a question.
Sure.
Who is more dominant in the relationship?
Used to be
Medium,
both.
medium.
Who falls asleep the fastest?
I can't follow it.
Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the last question. Which spouse was more involved in the wedding planning?
Medium.
Okay.
Medium.
That was it, guys. Well done.
What's our score?
What did we? What?
Yeah, I
What was the
didn't
results?
keep track, but it seems like there's a lot of me answer, so that's where you both got it wrong because you both think it's yourselves. But then I'd say that Anka was more accurate when it came to
Facts.
But did I answer myself
did.
when I knew I was wrong?
Yeah, you did. You did.
There was just one I know.
Like the wardrobe I knew
Yeah.
was me.
Yeah. But Anka was.
There was just
spot
one I
on with
pinned
those.
on you that I knew was me.
Okay.
The bathing one.
That was the game.
Okay,
I
guys.
pinned it on you.
I hope you enjoyed that show. That was our 7-year anniversary. Anka and I are married 7 years today, 19 April, and it's been a ride. But we're still enjoying the ride, and it actually gets better as time goes. We actually get to know each other more as time goes, and
Fine wine out here.
Also, I don't mean to rain on your parade, but it's also my co-host's birthday today, so I don't mean to take over the show. But
We
happy
did say that in the
birthday!
beginning.
Happy birthday to Alden.
We did
I
say it
wasn't
again.
here. I wasn't here, so
Even now.
happy birthday
We
to
did,
our
yeah.
co-host if he watches this afterwards.
Alright, fam, if you enjoyed that video, if you enjoyed today's live stream, please also just drop a comment in the comment section. You have
Yes,
been
sir.
commenting all the time. Is there any comments there that you just want to say shout out? Thank you. I saw Taryn was commenting.
Yeah,
Taryn
Taryn
was
was commenting.
commenting.
She says her
was my
favorite
maid of
couple.
honor.
Yeah, that was Anka's maid of honor. She says it's her favorite couple. She also recently got married. Congratulations to her and her hubby.
That's dope.
We went down
Love,
to Cape Town for
love,
that.
love is in the air. Okay, and then Joan Hendricks was commenting one way. Neil Christian, you guys did say thank you to him. He says happy anniversary.
Big time blessings.
And then also Tolo X, happy anniversary, Xavier and Anka. Stay blessed, much love.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sula.
Dope.
And yeah, that was it. That was it, guys.
Big time blessings, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on tomorrow morning. Who do we have, Libby?
We've got Doc, and he's talking about the sex revolution. How
Okay.
single are you?
How single are you? You say you're single, but you busy what? other funny
yeah,
things. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
then Wednesday we got Libby.
Yes.
Thursday we
Thursday
got
we got
Talk with Joan.
Joan.
Friday we got In Studio with the Young and Mr. Paris over here. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the day. Have a good one. Love you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.